Good morning. Welcome to the Wednesday morning inspiration service of Redondo Beach Center for Spiritual Living. How are you all doing this morning? Excellent. I bet you're even going to be better after you leave here today. I'm Reverend Gregory Toole. So good to be here, and I want to open us with prayer. So let's turn within for a moment. And let us just remember that great truth, that there's only one life, one power, one mind, one infinite intelligence, one perfect, whole, complete life, living itself, expressing itself at every point of existence as everyone. And so we know this morning that we each are divine expressions of that one, that I am a divine expression of God itself. And so within me, within each one of us, is infinite creativity, love, power, wisdom. And so we let go of all ideas of separation. We let go of all ideas of powerlessness, and we remember that we are powerful beyond measure because we are divine expressions of the all power, the all creativity, the all love, the all wisdom, the all intelligence. And so I just bless this service today, knowing it is so perfect that each one receives exactly what they're to receive for their highest good, that our speaker, Reverend Valerie Reeves, is an amazing vessel and vehicle through which Spirit brings forth great wisdom and love and healing today and transformation today. And so I know that Spirit is doing its thing in the most beautiful way with each of us and all of us today and every day. And so I know it's good. I am grateful. I let it be. And so it is. Well, it wouldn't be a service without some announcements, right? Who said that? Who said that? All right, you're in trouble. Except I don't know what kind of trouble we could have. All right. Yes, they're a necessary evil sort of thing, right? We all, if we don't do them, people say, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that, right? So we want people, it doesn't really work. But I hear you. Yeah. Yeah, we actually have to do things about 5 different ways for everyone to get it. Otherwise, someone will still come. We would announce it like 20 times, and we put it on the table, and then someone will still say, I never knew. So we do a lot to make sure everyone's in the know. And we have so many great things going on here that we want people to know. So before I share the announcements, I want to invite you to silence your phones so we don't have any interruptions during the service. We have 2 certificated Science of Mind classes coming up. Today is the last day to sign up for Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. That is tomorrow is the last day to sign up. It is Thursday evenings. It started last week, but you can still get in if you get in by tomorrow, or you could sign up today right outside. I am teaching that. It's a foundational class, and we meet right here in the sanctuary. If you've already taken a foundational class, we have another class being offered by Reverend Catherine McKinney called Exploring Roots of Science of Mind. And that class actually starts tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. over in Richelieu Hall. So one of those classes maybe is calling to you, and being in the classes is really where the rubber meets the road. We learn how to put this teaching in place in our lives. And then before you take the classes, you could go dancing tonight. We have ecstatic dance tonight at 6 p.m. You could dance it all out, so by the time you sit down in class, you're just all ready to learn. All the squirmies are out of you because you danced it all out. You didn't even know you had squirmies, huh? Let's see, our Arts and Crafts Expo is going to be this coming Sunday, right after service, and it's going to be in Richelieu Hall this time. So you don't even have to go outside. It's going to be right there, and you get to meet all kinds of vendors that mostly make the products themselves. They're all like handmade or hand-designed arts and crafts. And also this Sunday, I'll be doing a workshop with the teens on self-love. It'll be at 12:30 after service in the teen room. And also this Sunday, the Women's Circle will meet at 12:30 across from the teen room. Friday, September 19th, we have the Soundscape Orchestra for a fall concert and dance. There's no cost, and all are welcome. I have not been to one of those, but I hear they have a really good time. They dance and have a great time over there. So one of these days, I'm going to make it to one. Maybe it'll be this one. We have a second ecstatic dance. We're experimenting with doing ecstatic dance a couple times a month. So we have a second one with DJ Trotsky on Wednesday, September 24th at 7 p.m. So 2 weeks after today. And then we have this Divine Play. It's a workshop called Divine Play Improv for the Soul. It's an improv workshop with Natalia Jansen, who is one of our new members here. And it's going to be a great workshop. It'll be on Saturday, September 27th, 10 a.m. in Richelieu Hall. I participated in an improv workshop years ago in Denver. Really fun, really fun. So if you haven't experimented with improv before, come out for it because you will have a really good time. You'll laugh, you'll have fun, you'll connect with people. We also invite you to the next Divine Dining, which is a gondola getaway sunset cruise. I believe that's in Long Beach. Yeah, it's in Long Beach. And there's a flyer out there. The date is Saturday, October 4th. I'm thinking about that one because my birthday is the day before. I'm thinking like a birthday gondola thing. That could be cool. The 12 highest and early, there's only 12 openings for that. The 12 highest and earliest bids will be chosen, and bidding closes on September 28th at 12:15. We're getting ready for our Remembrance Day in November 1st, I believe it is, first Sunday in November, and we're going to create a brand new video this year because the old video was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. We always add it, but we never deleted anything. And so this year we're going to start fresh. So even if you submitted a photo in previous years, submit a photo of your loved one that you want to honor who has passed, and there's information out there. We're going to get the name of the person, and we're going to get what their relationship is to you. So it's going to be fun to watch the video, because I watched it last year, and it was interesting, but most of the photos, I had no idea who they were. Right? So this year, you're going to look up there, and you're going to say, oh, there's Reverend Gregory's dad, and there's so-and-so's mother, and there's so-and-so's sister or brother. So it's going to be really meaningful for all of us this year. So submit your photo and the information requested. There's a flyer to tell you how to do that out there. And all of flyers for all of our events can be found out there in the lobby on the activity table, and a full list of activities. You can see the weekly e-newsletter and the Spirit Speaks How many of you read the Spirit Speaks magazine? Excellent, excellent. It comes out every 2 months, and it has everything that's going on, who the Wednesday speakers are, who the Sunday speakers are, what all the workshops are. It's a great place to find all of that. And we would be remiss, definitely we couldn't do a service without this, which is thank you to all of our volunteers, because you are awesome. Yes, let's give them a hand. Our speaker today is the one and only best day ever, Reverend Valerie Reeves. Yeah. But before we bring her up, we're going to have best lead musician ever, Elise Carver.
Thank you. It's a song called Alive, and it's by Jan Garrett and J.D. Martin. Well, I go out for a walk today. It's a wild world in every way, like a love affair that I cannot contain. Overcome with signs of spring, I hear the red-winged blackbird sing. A subtle breeze in the morning smells like rain. The winter snows have come and gone. The red rock canyons carry on, and I love the silence more than I can say. The river's song, the whippoorwill, the wildwood and the daffodil, everything's alive and well today. Everything's moon's alive and well today. And the sun says, hold your head up high. And the moon says, take your time. And this breath we know will come and go. It's just so good to be alive. So good to be alive. I'll be forever grateful for the summers I have seen and the falls that I have weathered through the years. And although my heart is breaking for the ones that I have lost, well, I am singing through my tears. We are not abandoned and we are not alone, for love rides with us as we go. The connection we've been looking for is closer than we know. We've arrived and we're already home. Yes, we're alive and we're already home. And the sun says, hold your head up high. And the moon says, take your time. And this breath we know will come and go. It's just so good to be alive. And the sun says, hold your head up high. And the moon says, take your time. And this breath we know will come and go. It's just so good to be alive. So good to be alive.
So beautiful. Thank you. That was so beautiful. I was thinking about ecstatic dance. I've not been, so. But I was thinking about that with this song because it's like just embracing that life. How many of you have gone to ecstatic dance? Anybody? Okay. How many of you can dance? Yeah. You know, it's so funny because if you ask a class of first graders, how many of you can dance? Everybody raises their hand. How many of you can sing? Everybody raises their hand. I was telling my granddaughter, she's 6, and I said, oh, because she's got such rhythm. I said, we should get you in dance class. And she said, I already know how to dance. Oh, wouldn't that be great just to have that courage and that wonderful confidence of a 6-year-old. So I'm going to invite everyone to do that today. It's like sing and dance out loud in front of everyone. Today this month, Centers for Spiritual Living, the global theme is transcendent purpose. What is our purpose moving on? How do we want to live our life? And I'm starting with a quote by Ernest Holmes. And it's going to magically appear up here, my first quote. Oh, perhaps, I'm sorry. I didn't give warning to the, there they go. The purpose that surpasses all. Ernest Holmes says, life is not something to be endured, it is something to be lived in joy in a fullness without limit. In fullness without limit. How many of you are doing that? All right, some of us, yes. And some of us, some days, you know, because there are things going on in the world that sometimes maybe we get caught up into what's going on out there and we forget what's going on in here and how am I living my life. And then we maybe go to the mantra of the song, Alfie. Anybody remember that song? What's it all about, Alfie? Is it just for the moment we live? What's it all about when we sort it out? Alfie. It's such a great song because really getting at that space of how am I living my life and why am I here? And yet I hear it from good authority on several authors that talk about this is the most exciting time in life to be on planet Earth because there's so much going on. You know, anytime somebody has an invention, it's like, woo, everything spirals to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. Back in the day before computers and television and all of the communication that we have, it took a long time for things to get into motion and get out there. Of course, I'm from Nebraska. It still takes a little while for things to make it to the Midwest. It's like, what? You don't have that yet? So being in that space of, oh, what is next? What is mine to do? And what is my purpose in life? I took the first class I ever took, which was Science Mind 1. That's what we called it back in the day, with Dr. Fred Voigt in Denver, Colorado. And he said, if you want to figure out your purpose, you got to get in touch with that inner child. And he said, go to a park and swing and pretend you're 8 years old and you're just swinging and not thinking about anything else going on in life. You're just being full and free, and ask that inner child, what is my purpose? So I'm inviting you all to go swing today. Get some bubbles, do some swinging, do something out of the ordinary, because it's easy to get caught up into that day-to-day, same day, or different days, same thought, different days, same thought, where we get to have a new thought every single day if we choose to. So having that new thought and being excited about what is mine to do next. You know, I started doing Best Day Ever after I watched Amy Cuddy, who did a TED Talk on body language, because she talked about how she used to be very, very shy as a child, and definitely a people pleaser, and it's like, I resonate with that, very shy as a child. And she said, you know, sometimes we have to fake it till we make it, put it in our body language, do that Wonder Woman or Superman stance, and it's like, okay, I got this. And making sure that we're looking up, because sometimes when things are happening out there in the world, we tend to just kind of look at the ground, and that's not lifting us up to where we belong. So raising up our eyes, looking and feeling the sunshine, and allowing ourselves to grow in new and beautiful, brilliant ways. This philosophy, I was telling somebody that I used to be very shy, and they're like, how did you get out of that? I said, well, first of all, I had 4 kids. And a mama bear is not going to keep her mouth shut if somebody's crossing her cub's path. So that helped me a lot, but I had to slowly keep pushing myself out of my comfort zone. You know, that zone that we go to and we stay in because it's comfortable. My sister put herself through college waitressing, and she continued to waitress for 2 more years after she had her teaching credentials. I kept saying, go teach. You'll make more money. Go teach. It's what you've trained for. And she's like, but this is comfortable. And so slow and steady, she would watch the school bus go by. And it's like, someday I'm going to be going there. Someday I'll be on the bus with the kids. Someday I'll be at the school. And it just took her a long time to step out of that comfort zone. And when she finally showed up at the school and said, I would like to teach here. And they're like, you have your teaching credentials? And she's like, yes. You have your teaching credential? Yes. They're like, could you start right now? Could you start today? Because what she was looking for her, and it was really looking for her. So when we hold ourselves back, we're limiting the universe of your divine expression, right? So getting in that space of, I am going to play full out. I'm going to listen to that inner calling, that inner purpose that just wants to express. Now, when I went and swang and got in touch with my 8-year-old, it was like, because I can ask my 8-year-old inside of me anything and it will help. So when I did that, it was like, what is my purpose? My purpose came very clear: touch lives in a positive way. Well, I can do that in so many ways. And reminding myself that I'm touching lives in a positive way, not in a doom and gloom kind of way, in a positive way. Any of you ever watch Charlie Brown cartoons? So they have that one character, Pigpen. Pigpen's got that whole dirt pile that goes with him, Pigpen. And I call that his mental equivalent thinking crazy thoughts, not positive thoughts. And it's like, I do not want to be Pigpen. I want to be immersed in love, and let me have that love bubble all around me so everyone that experiences my path feels that love. Anyone I experience, I feel their love. And if I don't, then it bounces off and they go far, far away. So being in that love bubble and that love space. And the minute I start to step out of that, because maybe somebody has a problem with you, or you have a problem with them, and we get caught up into a conversation that doesn't serve us well, that's when we need to step back into our love bubble, because I have just stepped into the pig pen. I don't want to be there. I want to be in that space of love. I had, it's those epiphanies that we have in life. I had a friend, and she was sharing that she had learned something about her mother after her mother died. Something that her mother did. And I'm like, oh my God, tell me what she did. I mean, I went to the negative, like, ooh, dish, tell me what did your mother do? And she said, well, my mother was a teacher. And whenever somebody would start talking bad about someone else, she would change the subject, or she would talk about how great they were. You may see that, but here's what I see in that person. She was change the conversation into something positive person. And it was interesting for me, because it's like, why did I go to the drama? What did your mother do? It's like, okay, let me heal that a little bit deeper, and let me be at that, what did your mom do? Something amazing. And so putting everything and putting that love bubble around us. Amy Cuddy in the Body Language TED Talk does the Wonder Woman Superman stance, but she said even if a person can't see, if they are running through the winner's circle, they put their hands up, winner, winner. So it's like we're all winners because we're here. And there are a lot of spirits that would like to be here on this planet, getting to do the things that we do. And what holds us back? It's maybe our thought about what somebody else might think about me, might be my thought about what I think about myself. We do our own judgment, and so we get an opportunity to let that go. I remember I was having great judgment when I first started in Science of Mind. I thought, well, I've got 4 kids, I should help in the youth, and so I'm helping in the youth, and the director, her and I were not seeing eye to eye, and so I'm telling a friend of mine, we're in class together, I'm like, oh my God, and this, and he said, you are absolutely right. I was so excited, I am right. And then he added, in your reality. And she is absolutely right in her reality. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. So I have to remember, everyone is right in their own reality. I don't have to be in their reality, I'm living in my reality. Because I had great discomfort. Sometimes you bump heads a lot. That's when I went to the swing and did my inner child conversation. It's like, what do I do about this situation? And my inner child said, find a different sandbox. Sometimes we just got to find a different sandbox to play in. So if I want to be whole, perfect, and complete, and something that is not working here, and it's creating in my mind enough disharmony that I've become pigpen and thinking thoughts that are not something that make me feel happy about myself at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, we all get to sleep with ourselves. You might be sleeping with other people too. I don't know. I don't need to know. But we always have ourselves there. No matter where we go, there we are. So making sure that we are at love and peace and harmony with ourselves. So let me have conversations that are uplifting. Let me make sure that I'm not getting caught up into other people's conversations that are not uplifting. I used to call it, if somebody's over here in the crazy pool of dysfunction, I can jump in there with them, and we're both going down. Or I can step aside and take a breath and know that is their reality. I don't have to jump in there with them. And that might be challenging sometimes if we have a child that's really hurt and we would just want to jump in there and fix it. My daughter taught me a great lesson when she was in high school. She was crying about a situation that had happened, and I go into fix-it mode. Well, we can do this, this, and this. And she looked at me and she said, I didn't want you to fix it. I just wanted to cry about it. I just wanted you to hug me and tell me everything's okay. I forgot my position. So touching lives in a positive way, it's like, let me just see the good and let me allow my children to go through whatever they need to. And if it's a spouse or a family member and they're going through something and we feel like to be supportive for them, we should be feeling what they're feeling, that's not helping. So we get to take a breath, observe where they are, love them to the next level, and know that they have everything inside of them to figure this out. And if they want help, they can ask. But not taking it on ourselves, because sometimes we just take everything on. Being in that space. And the greatest gift that we can give the universe is to be at that space of love, peace, and harmony with ourselves. How many are in love, peace, and harmony with yourself every day? Some days, most of the time. Yeah. So for me, that's a goal every single day. How can I be in love, peace, and harmony with myself? Which means I want to be in that love space. I want to be having beautiful, loving conversations, uplifting people, seeing the highest and best in everyone. I have another quote. I heard somebody talking about EST the other day, and it's like, I didn't go through EST, but I went through Landmark Forum training. Anybody familiar with that? Some of you maybe. I remember like the last day, they said, life is pointless. Right? And has no meaning. It has meaning when we give it meaning. And that's a quote by Neil Donald Walsh, who wrote, life is pointless, and that's God's greatest gift. We are not defined to anything. We get to decide the point for our own self. What is my purpose? What is my point? What is my thing to do in the world? And you may look at other people in your life and say, well, I wouldn't do that. Well, we could judge it more and say, oh, I wouldn't do that. But I would do this. My sister and I had a conversation about what she does versus what I do and versus what my daughter does. And I was like, I couldn't do that. She's like, no, I couldn't do that, and I couldn't do what you do. But I can do what I do. And so honoring what you do, because we all have a different calling. We all have something different that sparks our interest. I know some of you are very artistic, not my thing yet, and yet knowing that there's probably something in there. So we get an opportunity to come to this world and explore. Life is pointless. We don't have a predestined agenda that we have to do. We get to come and play and be a space of love, knowing that we are magnets, and we can either be pigpen and magnetize more of that in our life. I call that the mental equivalent of magnetism. Or we be that space of love and peace and goodness and magnetize more of that to us. So being in that space and keeping that whole energy of love around you is just bringing more good and more good and more good. And then it keeps resonating out there into the universe so that pretty soon we have that critical mass where everybody's on that same page. It's just getting rid of all of the anger, frustration, unforgiveness stuff that maybe we're holding on to. So stepping it aside and being in that space of love. I have another brilliant quote here. There is nothing in the universe that limits you or could desire to limit you. There is nothing in the universe that withholds from you, because in doing so, it would withhold from itself. You are part of its purpose. Spirit seeks, urges, and pushes you to fulfill itself. Do you ever have that little calling inside and it's like, oh, I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to do this. And then we hold ourselves back. And then it comes up again, or something else comes up. And the more we hold ourselves back, the more that little calling inside of us gets louder and uncomfortable. And it's like, okay, let me listen to that inner calling that's guiding and directing me, that wants to express. Because we're here to express. Now, I know Reverend Kathy did What's in Your Shoebox. I did a workshop with my youngest son called Designing Your Legacy. It's like, what do you want said about you at the end of your life? Which really gives pause to, how do I have to be today in order for that to be my legacy? What would I want said at the end of my life? That I was positive, that I was cheering people on, I have been to some memorials where it's like there weren't a lot of great things that were said. It's like, oh, maybe people just didn't know this person. So we want to make sure that we are defining ourselves, that we are being more than just that dash in between, 19-something and 2075. I don't know how long we're going to live. So we want to be more than just the dash. It's like, I did incredible things. I lived an extraordinary life. And I can look back at some of the things that I've done in life, and it's like, that was pretty incredible. This happened and that happened, and incredible things are happening. And I go back to the synchronicity of life. I was telling my granddaughters that our thoughts are so important and so powerful. I remember a time when I hadn't seen my oldest son, DJ, for a while. He was living in LA, and I had moved to San Jose, and I was traveling with national seminars. I would just travel and talk, different city every single day, and I happened to be heading to Corpus Christi, and he is Bumblebee, Transformer at Universal Studios, so he was getting to travel with the costume. He was going to go to Florida, and then he was going to go to London with the costume, him and Optimus Prime and the people that helped dress them, because it's a big, big costume. And so I'm on my way to Corpus Christi, Texas. They put us on layover in Houston, and I called him because I thought, well, I haven't seen him for a while. I wonder how the trip is going. I'm like, how's it going? He's like, I'm on layover in Houston. I'm like, what? I'm on layover in Houston. He was at gate A, I was at gate C. It's like, how does this happen? I couldn't have orchestrated that. So I jumped on the train and I went over to gate A, and we got to have a great conversation. He introduced me to his friends, and they said, oh, we thought you were just making it up because he's an actor. He just makes stuff up. So, but the synchronicity of everything that had to happen for me to get there at the same time as him, I could not have orchestrated that, but Spirit can. So there are things that are happening in our lives, and I've had so many synchronicities like that have happened. It's like we put those thoughts out there and have our heart's desire, and it comes back. So being in that space of, I am open, Spirit. I am open. I know I have one more quote. We are individualized centers of God consciousness, free to use the law of mind in any way we choose. Free to use the law of mind in any way we choose, because we create our own reality, which, of course, is the good news, and sometimes maybe not so much good news. It's like, how did I create this? And not getting caught up into that, but just saying, okay, that was created, but this is what I want to create. So let me use the law of mind, of spiritual mind, that God essence, and let me get clear on exactly what I want. So the charge to you today is to get in touch with that inner 8-year-old that's free to play and swing and not worry about judgment of anyone else, to sing and dance out loud. Get some bubbles, get some Play-Doh, go swing, and create the best life ever. And allow yourself to be the winner that you are. Winner, winner. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, now, I think Margie is going to be our person who... Are you? Okay. Margie's our volunteer of the day, because it is that time for giving. Knowing that we are so incredibly blessed to have this place to come, to remind ourselves of the divinity of what we are and who we are, because sometimes we forget. Anybody else be walking down the street and you forget? Oh, I forgot the divinity of who I am. And then I'm creating a life that I absolutely love, that life is good and life is very good. So we have lots of options. We can go online and donate. We can use the QR code, which is right up there. We can also text the amount you would like to the number 424-379-3733 and go on the website. I don't carry cash anymore, so I just do the website, which works out really well. Or if you have cash and you want to give into the basket today, that's great. Margie's going to get around with that, and let's do the giving affirmation if you want to just know the divine blessing that you are. As we all say this together, divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love. And so it is. And while she's getting around, we'll have the beautiful Elise sing. Yay.
Thank you.
Excellent.
This song is called Eyes Wide Open, and it's by Susie Ogden. Heard God calling long ago, sounded easy as a breeze. Good would kind of come and go, but I could not get set free. Tried to cut loose from my old past, it kept showing up in my face. The faster I ran, the slower the pace. I could not figure where or what I wanted to run from. I just felt the running was never to be done. But as I turned around to look, I could see how far I'd come. The road ahead less traveled had been seasoned by the sun. So I keep my eyes wide open. I see with new sight shadows of fear and doubt fade away into the light. So I keep my eyes wide open. Only then do I see. I've learned what I'm seeing is living here in me. Looking toward the future, I keep missing the road I'm on. Things seem too good to be true, and then I fret, I moan and I groan. Well, I've just let my old thinking have its way with me. Well, if things don't happen exactly as I believe, I need to keep my eyes wide open. I see with new sight shadows of fear and doubt fade away into the light. So I'll keep my eyes wide open, and only then do I see. I've learned what I'm seeing is living here in me. I keep my eyes wide open, and only then do I see. I've learned what I'm seeing is living here in me. Thank you.
I'll keep my eyes wide open. One of the lines was, I'm missing the road that I'm on. It's like, yeah, there are days I'm missing the road that I'm on. It's like, okay, but I'm right here. Because we get so busy, caught up in our mind and things that are going on out there, that being fully present is one of the greatest gifts that we can be with someone when we're with someone. All right, any comments, questions, words of wisdom, prayer treatment? And Vincent is making his way on down the road. He's on down the road. I've been all on the over the rainbow.
Thank you, Reverend Valerie. That was great as usual.
Thank you.
My cousin Jennifer from Idaho is requesting for prayer. She's having intestinal surgery on Friday. She's been there for me so many times. And she's flown out here for my parents when they passed and everything. Any event, she's concerned about this surgery because the last one didn't go very well.
Okay.
So
What's her name?
Her name's Jennifer.
Jennifer. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Knowing Jennifer has an easy time. I'm seeing it clearly, and I'll do a full treatment at the end. Yeah. Good. Okay. Knowing it's ease and grace, and yay. Yeah. Are you going to go up there?
No, I can't leave right now.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. Life. And yet we send our love. That's a great song. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. And it returns to me. So, yeah. Knowing Jennifer's in perfect hands. All is well. Anyone else? Yes. Beverly.
Good morning. I checked
Good
my
morning.
calendar today, and
Yeah.
it's Unity World Prayer Day, and it's all day today and tomorrow. And I had sent in 3 gifted names that I put in my prayer list, but I just thought, heck, let's put CSL around the world and loving and knowing that it's peace and harmony and that we're all on the same page moving forward.
Yes, thank you. I love that because it is our goal. You know, Centers for Spiritual Living, CSL, has been called the best kept secret. And it's like, well, really not a secret. We're just not out there knocking on doors or advertising a lot. But this teaching, this philosophy changed my life. Had I not had this philosophy, I can't even imagine. My sister and I talk about it. If we wouldn't have this philosophy, we'd probably be barefoot and pregnant in Nebraska, still living back there and not stepping out of our comfort zone. So, you know, there is so much greatness that's happening, and the more we collaborate together and know that there's only one, we get to that tipping point where there's that shift. And so that's what we're looking for, is that shift, which means the more I can embody peace, love, and harmony, the more that all of us do, and we tip the scale over to the other side, that collective consciousness. Yeah, thank you. So we'll definitely put CSL in there, that there's growth and there's harmony and there's more of us coming together to see the divinity that's happening in the world, and maybe out there not, but in here, yes. And so creating a world that works for everyone means that we get to honor ourselves and we create a world that works for us, and then it vibrates out to the next person and the next person and the next person, having that shift. Anyone else? Comments, questions, words of wisdom? Yes, back there.
Thank you for mentioning the experience with your daughter. My granddaughter came to me 2 nights ago and she said, oh, my classmate didn't want me to sit next to her. And she said to leave her alone, and she set boundaries. And my granddaughter was very hurt. She said, she's my friend, you know, and I don't know why she's acting that way. I said to her, well, maybe she was having a bad day, you know. And we are not, you know, like a golden nugget to be liked all the time. Yeah. So, but thank you for saying what you know, your daughter only wants a hug, and you wanted to say more things. So I will, tonight when I see her, I will give her a hug and talk about more, you know, about the how to handle this situation with a friend. She was very upset because she says, "Oh, nobody wants me," you know. So, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're so welcome. I was thinking about that, you know, as these spiritual entities, and we come into the life force and we're born, and it's like, I'm here. And everybody else is busy in their own world, right? And it's like, that's okay. Even our parents, it's like we all do the best that we can, but being in that space of reminding our own self that I am here and there's something to do and I am called towards things, but also reminding our children as they grow, because I had my 8-year-old granddaughter said, she makes me so mad, and it's like she doesn't have the power to make you mad unless you let her. So keep it first person, and it's like, I'm feeling anger because of this situation, but I can change that because we all have the opportunity to change our mind. And the minute we give our power away to someone else and allow the emotion to happen inside of us because of something that someone else did, it's like they're just going about their business, doing their thing, and they might try to push that energy on us, but it's like, not my circus, not my monkey. I'll let you do your life, and I'll do my life, and I'll see the good in all. But reminding our children to see the good in all, and it could be just a bad day that somebody's having, so let's send them some love and blessings. Yeah. Anyone else? Okay. So let's take all of this beautiful, vibrant energy inside our heart of hearts, just closing our eyes to any distractions as we just breathe in the fullness of life. And just letting go of any of those thoughts that do not serve us, that we are in that wonderful love bubble of peace, love, harmony, goodness. Knowing that every cell in our bodies is vibrating at a whole new level, a whole new light. Every little cell is happy and whole as that divine energy flows through all of us. As I speak my word and claim for Centers for Spiritual Living, for Jennifer, and for all of us, that our bodies are in perfect, amazing space, that we are all growing to the next level as we let go of anything that doesn't serve us, any energies that are on us that are not ours, that we don't want to own, that everything is flowing with ease and grace and divine harmony. Like that beautiful music that Elise plays, that we're just in that flow, that harmony, that we're dancing through life. That we just breathe all that in. Knowing Jennifer's in a great space, each and every person in here, healed, whole, perfect, and just saying yes, yes, yes to life, yes to the goodness. And in great gratitude, knowing that life is happening right where we are. That we allow ourselves to play out loud, to sing out loud, to dance out loud, and then with gratitude, I just release my word into the universal action of the law, knowing all is well. And so it is. All right, get out there and have the best day ever. Get some bubbles, go swing, do something fun today. All right, much love.